"Stop, please," Anna screams, her disabled legs failing as she's dragged behind the golf cart. Mrs. Baker accelerates, the rope cutting into my daughter's wrist. All because a bird feeder wasn't HOA approved. Neighbors watch in horror as our community's most vulnerable child is punished by a woman obsessed with rules over humanity. Today, Karen picked the wrong family to bully. Before watching full story, comment below from where you're watching. Also, like and subscribe for more stories. Go faster. "Rules are rules," Mrs. Baker shouted as she drove her golf cart. My daughter Anna was tied to the back with a rope. Anna has trouble walking because she was born with weak legs. She is only 12 years old. I ran out of my house when I heard Anna's screams. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Anna was being pulled behind the golf cart, trying hard not to fall. Her face was red and wet with tears. "Stop right now!" I yelled, running toward them as fast as I could. Mrs. Baker, the mean hoe president, everyone calls Karen, barely looked back at me. "Your daughter broke the rules. She hung a bird feeder on your tree without asking first." Anna loved birds. Her doctor said watching birds helped with her sadness after being bullied at school for her disability. The bird feeder was a gift from her grandpa. "She can't walk fast. She has a disability," I screamed. Anna's legs were shaking badly as she tried to keep up. Mrs. Baker finally stopped the cart. Anna fell to the ground crying. I rushed to untie the rope from her wrist. There was an angry red mark where the rope had cut into her skin. "Mom, I'm sorry," Anna whispered. "I didn't know the bird feeder wasn't allowed." Mrs. Baker stepped out of her cart wearing fancy clothes and big sunglasses. She held a paper in her hand. "The rules say no changes to yards without HOA approval. The fine is $200. Our neighbors came out of their houses to see what was happening. They looked shocked. "You tied my disabled daughter to your cart and dragged her down the street," I said, my voice shaking with anger. Over a bird feeder, Mrs. Baker just waved her hand. "Remove the bird feeder by tomorrow or pay more." Then she drove away, leaving us in the street. That night, after I put ice on Anna's sore wrist and finally got her to sleep, I sat at the kitchen table with my husband, Tom. I called the police. Tom said, "They're coming tomorrow to take pictures of Anna's injuries and talk to her." I nodded, looking at the photos I took of Anna's hurt wrist, scraped knees, and bruised hands. My sweet girl who just wanted to watch birds from her window. "We moved here because they said it was a good place for kids with disabilities," I said quietly. "How could this happen?" "Toma, we will fight this. No one hurts our daughter and gets away with it." The next day, Officer Wilson came to our house. He was kind to Anna as he took pictures of her injuries and wrote down what happened. After he left, our doorbell rang. It was Mrs. Green from next door. "I saw what happened yesterday," she said. "I took videos with my phone. I thought you might need them." Mrs. Green showed us videos that clearly showed Mrs. Baker tying Anna to the golf cart, driving away even though Anna was struggling to walk, and the moment when Anna fell and was dragged before the cart stopped. "I've lived here for 6 years," Mrs. Green said. "Mrs. Baker has been mean to many families. Last month, she made Mr. Garcia take down his son's basketball hoop because it was too visible from the street. By the end of the day, 5 other neighbors came to our house with their own stories about Mrs. Baker's meanness. What happened to Anna wasn't the first time Mrs. Baker had been cruel to people in our neighborhood. A week later, we got a letter from the HOA. It said we now owed $500 for more violations, including causing trouble in the community and saying bad things about an HOA member. "She's trying to scare us because we called the police," Tom said angrily. We met with a lawyer named Ms. Lopez. She told us Mrs. Baker had friends in the city government who helped her stay in power for many years despite people's complaints. But this time she went too far. Ms. Lopez explained, "What she did to Anna breaks many laws. Hurting a child, treating someone badly because of a disability, and forcing someone to go somewhere against their will. And you have videos and witnesses to prove it." "We want more than just to see her punished," I said. "We want to make sure this never happens to another child." The next Monday night was the monthly HOA meeting at our community center. Usually, only a few people showed up, and Mrs. Baker did whatever she wanted. Not this time. Tom and I arrived to find the parking lot full. Inside, the room was packed with our neighbors. Mrs. Baker looked surprised to see so many people there. "Before we start," she said, hitting her little wooden hammer on the table, I want to talk about the lies being spread about how I enforce the rules. As president, I have a duty to point of order, called Mr. Garcia standing up. According to our HOA rules, we can call for an emergency vote if enough homeowners agree. Mrs. Baker's face got red. That's not on tonight's plan. Neither was hurting my disabled daughter, I said, standing up. The room got very quiet. My name is Linda Taylor. Last week, Mrs. Baker tied my 12-year-old daughter to her golf cart and dragged her down the street because Anna hung a bird feeder on our tree. I held up my phone showing the pictures of Anna's injuries. My daughter can't walk normally. She begged Mrs. Baker to stop. Instead, Mrs. Baker went faster. Mrs. Baker banged her hammer again and again. These are lies. I was just enforcing. We have videos, Tom said, standing next to me, from several neighbors. Mrs. Green stood up. I think we should vote right now to remove Mrs. Baker as HOA president and check all the fines she's given out in the last 2 years. I agree, said Mr. Garcia. Mrs. Baker's face was very red now. You can't do this. The rules say, actually, said Mr. Wilson, a retired judge who moved to our neighborhood last year. I've read the HOA rules carefully. They say we can remove board members who hurt community members. What you did to that child definitely counts. The vote was quick and clear. Mrs. Baker was removed from her position by 58 votes to 3. Only she, her sister, and her friend voted to keep her. As Mrs. Baker gathered her things to leave, I walked up to her. This isn't over, she said angrily. I have friends in this town. You're right, it's not over, I replied calmly. The police are still looking into charges for hurting my daughter, and we're also suing you personally. And as for your friends, I looked toward the door where news reporters were waiting with cameras. I think they'll stop being your friends once this story gets out. In the next few weeks, many things happen. The district attorney decided to charge Mrs. Baker with child abuse and endangerment. Her friends in the city government said they didn't support what she did. Our lawsuit moved forward, and other neighbors joined in with their own stories of Mrs. Baker's bullying. Our story was shown on TV news, and many people online shared the videos of what happened to Anna. Groups that help people with disabilities called us to offer support, and Anna was asked to speak at a school about standing up to bullies. Mom, do you think other neighborhoods have mean people like Mrs. Baker? Anna asked me one evening. Probably, I said honestly. But they also have good people like Mrs. Green and Mr. Garcia and all our neighbors who stood up for what's right. Anna nodded. Then I want to help other kids too. 6 months later, on a sunny spring day, I watched Anna teach a group of kids how to hang bird feeders in our backyard. The new HOA board, led by Mrs. Green, had not only allowed bird feeders, but had created a neighborhood bird sanctuary program. All around our neighborhood, families had put up bird feeders and planted flowers to attract birds. The program had even won an award from a wildlife group for creating an urban bird habitat. Anna moved carefully between the children, showing them different types of seeds for different birds. Her special leg braces had colorful birds painted on them, and she smiled more than I had seen in years. Your daughter is amazing, said Mr. Wilson, who had come to help build birdhouses. Not many people could turn something so bad into something so good. I watched Anna laugh with her new friends. The physical wounds had healed months ago, but the fear and bad dreams had taken longer to get better. She still went to therapy every week, but she was getting stronger each day. The case against Mrs. Baker ended last month. She had to do community service working with disabled children, take classes about treating people fairly, and pay money that would help with Anna's medical needs for many years. Even better, our state lawmakers wrote a new law to protect people with disabilities from unfair treatment by HOAs. They called it Anna's Law. A local newspaper reporter came to take pictures of our bird sanctuary. How did your community change after what happened? She asked me. I smiled watching Anna point out a blue jay to a group of excited children. We learned that when people stand together against bullies, good things can happen. One mean person can hurt others, but a community working together can create something beautiful. Anna saw me watching and gave me a big smile and thumbs up. The bird sanctuary was just the beginning. Sometimes the worst things that happen to us lead to the best changes if we're brave enough to fight for them, and we were. Did you enjoy this story? Let us know by commenting below that your thoughts are valuable for